Greetings, everybody. So this is going to be our Divine Love Reading energy. This is a timeless message, timeless reading, so this could apply at any point, at any time when you need it. Okay, when Spirit guides you to the message that you need. And I'm trying to position this. Is this straight? I can't tell. Anywho, so this is going to be our message. I hope everybody is doing well. I send everybody love, healing, and I hope that this reading brings you clarity and a peace of mind. Please use your discernment while you're watching these videos. Don't just take everything as gospel truth. Ask Spirit to guide you through the message to discern if it's for you and what within this message or reading is for you, okay? If anything is for you, okay? Don't just take everything, okay? All right, so let's see what's going on here. How do you want me to do this? Spirit, how do you want me to do this? Okay, he said start off with the black cards, which is the Denied Shadow Oracle cards. Shout out to Four of Wands Tarot. She was really kind to me. I had a little issue with the delivery getting to me, and she hooked me up, so I appreciate her. Thank you. All right, so let's see. What are the energies here currently? I'm getting a lot of inner child healing or tapping more into the inner child, like playful energy, like that nature, that childlike faith, that childlike trust, childlike imagination, creativity. Whoa, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. What we doing? Oh, wow. Okay, so you have admiration. Someone admires you. Love. There's romantic feelings here. Ego, wearing a false self mask. Spiritual connection. A higher level of love. Karmic partner. Difficult soulmate. Reactivity regenerates karma. And we have anxiety. Thinking excessively about the future. Control issues. Let the universe take the wheel. Awe, reverence, wonder, and amazement. Optimism, staying positive and hopeful, and reunion. Someone is returning. Okay. All right. All right, Spirit, let's see what you got for the collective. Thank you for this message in advance. Divine Spirit, Holy Spirit, I thank you. Okay, so let's get into this. I know because my lighting, the vibes of the energy, the light, it's kind of hard to see the cards. But, so there's a lot of love still here in this connection. I feel like you both admire each other for different reasons. This connection still, the thing about this connection and just divine connections, period, is that because they are divine, they are of, divinity. They are of God, whatever you want to call it, the supernatural, the higher power, higher source, that it's always going to be something beautiful and amazing. Like, you're never going to cease to be amazed by the connection. Even when you're at your lowest points within it, even within that, there's so many beautiful and miraculous things. This connection is of the divine. The divine is supernatural and an omniscient, if I'm saying that right, like an infinite source of spirit and vast. So it's not something you're ever going to be able to get over. Like, every day when we see things, whether you see a sign of synchronicity, whether you see some type of angelic presence or something, like, these things are always going to amaze you. Like, spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, it's never going to cease to amaze you. So these connections being that of the divine, a gift from the divine rather, the amazement is never going to cease. And even within your partner, your person, like, it's always going to be that spark, that love. And it's not of a lust thing. It's not of a, because love fades, doesn't last. Infatuation, it's only based off of superficialities. It's not based off of soul things. So I feel like you guys both admire each other Like I said, for different reason, it could be the strength of each person, because you do have the ego here wearing a false self mask. So it could be that someone is working on their ego and their control issues, their anxiety issues, dealing with karmic connections. Karmic partner does not have to be a romantic person, a romantic partner, or someone that you are sexually involved with. It could be a family member, it could be friends, it could be anything like a karmic living situation. I would say that I'm in a karmic living situation. Like, I'm not going to say I can't, but it's not time for me to leave until my assignment here is done in this living situation. Whenever that is, it's divine timing. Um, Karmic situations usually pertain to learning lessons. Depending on how much we've learned, or if we're deciding not to, whatever we are supposed to be completing or finishing out, the cause and effect of our choices until we get the lesson with that, it's a continuation. So some people will like, if this person is such a bad person for them, why are they still with him or her? Why are they still at this job if they know? Like, there's different purposes and reasonings, and that's where compassion comes in. But also, there's also another layer of it where someone may not be seeing the truth of a situation because their spiritual eyes are not um, either they're not fully tapped into their spiritual awareness, they're not mature in their spiritual awareness, or they're choosing not to see, or it's something truly that's like a battle until a person deals with that energy that karmic connection or karmic situation is reflecting back to them. Once they understand what they're seeing, which is something within the self, once they recognize that, then it's like game over. I can dismantle this. But sometimes it does require divine intervention from support, like family, friends that are there to help you, or your divine partner, or you helping your divine partner in some type of way. But you are not to intervene and overstep, because at the end of the day, they still, it's theirs. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's still a lot of fear. Some of you guys could be afraid of, um, some of you guys may be attached to the fact that someone is dealing with a karmic partner or dealing with a karmic situation, to where you're, excessively over analyzing or thinking too much into it. And there it may stem, or it may manifest itself as trying to control the narrative of the connection, or trying to manipulate spirit, take the role of, the divine, or, the workings of your higher self and your spiritual team, doing things behind the scenes that you can't see with your human mind. So it may be a lot, could be a lot of different energies for different people, but take what resonates. I do feel for some of you it is anxiety coming from a karmic connection, or worried about this. Is this going to happen? Is this reunion ever going to happen? Or your person is worried about this. I'm stuck in a situation. Is this ever going to end so that I can be in this union or this connection that I truly desire to be in, or whatever. But someone is letting go of these energies. I do feel like this is being worked through. Even though there's no healing cards here, I feel like it is. This connection could also be inspiring one of you or both of you, which it should. Any divine connection that you link up with, whether it be a romantic divine connection or a soul tribe divine connection, where you guys inspire each other and you motivate and you support each other to be better people. It should do that. It should never be a connection where you're stagnant or complacent, or where someone wants to keep you stuck or keep you at a certain level, or you know what I mean, or trying to stop you from growing. Should never be that. Spirit may be telling you guys like the worries and the stress about how this is going to manifest and come together is being released by seeing the amazement, or being inspired by the supernatural, the divinity of God, or the infinity of God, or the universe, whatever you feel comfortable saying, the divine source showing you and reflecting to you how they really work and how magnificent the universe is. And it comes maybe at a time where you want to give up, or your person wants to give up, or your person doubts that this can manifest, and it puts you in a place of optimism, or perhaps something is going to happen that's going to make you Because the message that I've been getting, I feel like I'm all over the place, y'all. The message is coming in strong. The message that I've been getting is, I keep hearing it. I was watching a prophetic word Saturday night, I think it was Saturday. She was saying to focus on the gift giver, not the gift. Don't get too caught up in the promise or the gift, or too caught up looking outside of yourself and you forget the source, the divinity or the divine or God, your angels, your spiritual team that's bringing the thing together that you're asking for, that you're praying for, that you're manifesting. You know what I mean? Focus on the reverence of spirit, the wonder and amazement of spirit. That's what's going to keep you optimistic and hopeful, because if you focus on the connection itself, because as humans we are flawed, naturally we are flawed. So if you're focusing on the ups and the downs of your journey and the ups and downs of your person, you're too caught up in that. You're getting too caught up in the 3D. You're not seeing the supernatural aspects, and at times spirit will have you focus on the connection. So when you, because spirit, the thing is, and I'm learning this, like, whether you call it God, source, the universe, they always say when you're focusing on manifesting something, if it be in the will of your highest good anyway, when you're manifesting a true heart's desire, which is something that is planted in you, it's not coming from the ego, it's something that is within the soul, a true desire. When you're manifesting those things, they always say to detach. And it's not easy. And let me tell you, I'm a walking testament of that. And I'll say this to encourage anybody so that you don't feel like you're alone, and like I'm not preaching to the choir in a way that I'm not in that position of, at times where I feel like I have to control things, and where I'm micromanaging, like, okay, well, spirit, is this going to happen? Well, you said this, why isn't this, or why is this? Because you're too focused on the outside, and spirit is like, focus on me and what I'm doing with you and what I'm doing, period. Focus on that. Go within yourself. Focus on you. Because there will be times where spirit will have you, check in with things, and there's nothing wrong with that, because spirit will send you reminders to let you know you're on the right track, or when you need to get back on track, when your energy's a little off, or send you signs or synchronicities to let you know that, things are moving. So there's going to be times where you're guided to see things or check in and all of that. But when you're obsessing outside of what spirit is doing with you, and with this energy, not focusing on spirit, you get caught up in the physical things, and we're not seeing the full picture anyway. It's only a fragment of what's really going on, especially when people, you have the wearing the false self mask. We project what we want people to see. People don't know our struggles behind the scenes. People don't really know what it is that we're really asking for, what we truly desire within our hearts. Certain things are not seen. So getting caught up in, oh, this person's doing this and they're doing that and they're not doing this, you're only seeing a fragment of what's really going on. So you can't focus on that. You can't be too caught up in that. And you also have to use your spiritual eye, because you can see past these things at times. So it's like, who do you believe more, of what you see in the physical, in this earthly plane, or do you believe what spirit is telling you and showing you? And you got to know the difference between the ego mind and the higher mind, because the ego will project things all day, whether it be coming from our own desires, our biggest fears, or someone else's energies that, don't really match or mesh with ours. But when you're in your higher mind, it's a peace and calm that comes over you. It's a reassurance. It's something that will reflect itself and show proof. It's never going to be something that never comes to pass. The thing about spirit is, this is another thing too. Okay, hopefully we're live, because it says it was reconnecting. It's funny, how these spirits try to infiltrate the energy. But the discernment, what I'm learning about discernment, another level of it, is like, you know, false energies will tell you that they can do this for you if you give something in return. But with spirit, there is no bargaining. whether spirit is going to do what they do or not. If this is in the will of my highest good, it's going to happen. If it's not of the will of my highest good, it's not going to happen. It's never going to be, oh, if I do this, then I'll get this. That's conditional. That's another thing about condition and unconditional love. With the ego is all about, well, if you do this, then I'll feel safe. If you say this, then I'll trust you. If you don't do that, and that's conditioned. With spirit, it's like it is what it is. There is no bargaining. There is no tricks of the mind. It's none of that. It's matter of fact. I said what I said. It is what it is. You got to trust spirit. And this is not the most easiest task, because with these types of connections, everybody wants to so-called be a divine counterpart or be a twin flame. Everybody wants to have that. But what you're asking for, and I always say this, with these connections, they are divine. They are of divine source, God, whatever you want to call it, the Alpha, the Omega. They are of a higher source. They're not earthly connections. A lot of people say they want a divine connection because they want to feel that tie to someone, and that, you know, all of these different wonders and amazing things that happen in divine connections. But when it comes down to the real root of it, what's required of these connections, people aren't built for it. So they fantasize and idealize it, turn it into a fantasy dream, you know, worldly thing where it's cute. Oh, we go to Disneyland and we take pictures and matching Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse hats or some shit, whatever little popular shit they got online. You know, get married, have kids, lay up, you know. People want that. But when it comes to the real work and when it comes to focusing on self, it's not an easy task. And let's keep it 100. Not a lot of people want to do that. It's not fun. It's a connection where it's not about you. It's not about you or your person as this little Disney couple. It's not about you. It's for the glory of the divine and what spirit is doing. Like, we got real work to do out here. Like, love does conquer all, it does. And the world needs love. And it's not to be shared just between the two of you in a way that's selfish to the world and just to post cute pictures and for you to feel all warm and fuzzy. It's not about you. We live in a society and world that is self-glorified. Everybody is a god and a goddess nowadays. Everybody just, I'm just this god and goddess. But are you even in the position and the authority to even call yourself a god or goddess? Like, what is you doing that is even, it requires a lot of responsibility. It's not a word that's cute just because it's spiritual, just because you learned about Oshun or you learned about Osiris and whatever, Isis, or, oh, I'm a god, I'm a goddess. Like, it's way bigger than that. That's the ego. Like, the ego has to attach itself to things. Like, I mean, I can get into that on different levels. We all hold soul essences of these different, you know, gods and goddesses that are part of our being and, you know, different aspects of our soul essence. But it's not to be taken in a place of ego or the false self-ego. It's not to be put in that place, in that bracket. Spirituality is not a costume. It is not an ego boost. It's not for that. So when you put yourself in that place of being a divine being and source, it's something that's already within you. You're already divine. You're already a light source. That is who you are, especially when you're walking in your seat of authority in life, which it takes time, and it also takes discipline, and it takes consistency and patience with yourself. Being in that position, it's not easy. And yes, it does, it's very overwhelming at times, because you're not only accountable for yourself, but you're accountable for the people in your environment, because certain people might need that guidance at times. And it's not to say that you got to be a leader and guide the people in a way that they can't lead and guide themselves, but sometimes it takes a person to spark them. And that's why I feel like the twin flame word comes from. You are a spark of light for someone, other light sources and beings. It's not just about, oh, this is my twin flame, and oh, I saw this sign of synchronicity, so this is the one, or oh, because I can't stop thinking about, like, it's deeper than that, boo. It's much deeper than that. This journey is something that will make you want to hop off and get off of it. But there's something that will not deter you from that. This isn't an energy of, oh, I can't stop thinking about them, so that must mean that we gotta be together. No, honey, that's probably obsession and infatuation. If you haven't got past that stage and you haven't gotten to the root of the connection itself and what it's doing to motivate you and inspire you to be better, to inspire other people around you, if you haven't discovered parts of yourself yet and you're still at square one focusing on this person and this connection and we got to be together, solely focus on that, or solely wanting something outside of yourself so badly that you're not healing and focusing on you, bettering yourself and aligning with your gifts and your purpose, then there's something wrong. It may be that it's like something you got to navigate through, or it's not a divine connection and it's something that you're using to take the focus off of yourself, because a lot of times connections can be distractions. This should not be a distraction, not for long at least, because any natural human being, when you come in contact with something as special or significant as this, you can get lost in it. It can be something that makes you want to, you know, get lost in the world, like go off in your own little world, in your own little bubble at times. And because the energy, if it's of a high vibration, it's very euphoric. A lot of people are drawn to people that are twin flames themselves. I'll say this. They're drawn to the light of that person and they automatically feel the energy and the essence of that person's light, and they want that. They yearn for that, especially if you're wounded and you lack self-love and you feel like you've never had unconditional love. You'll desire that so much. But if it's taking you off your path from discovering yourself, that is a problem. So a lot of people feel like they found their twin because they've met someone that has that light, that spark, and it sparks something within them. But sometimes it's just meant for that person to be that spark to get you on your path, not for you guys to be together. If it's a true divine connection, it is something that both of you are feeling the conviction of. Spirit is never going to put you onto someone that you do not resonate with, or someone that does not resonate with you. That's not how spirit works. A lot of people get it twisted. Just because you have an infatuation with somebody, or you want them so bad, or you feel that energy, that spark with the person, does not make them your twin flame, or because you saw a sign of synchronicity, or because you had a dream about them. If the other person is not in alignment with you on that level, then it's not that. Spirit's not going to do that. There's no such thing of forcing you to something. It's not a forcing energy. So that's also another template of healing that people have to go through with unrequited love situationships. What within me desires to be with someone that does not want to be with me back? What is it within me that's trying to push for something? Because it's like you're telling yourself that you don't deserve to have what's for you, so you're settling for something that is not for you. That's basically the energy and the essence of what we're putting out. Sure, it's much deeper than that, but um yeah, so that's what I'm picking up. I'm going to pull some tarot. I didn't mean to go that far into it, but it is what it is. That's what Spirit wants us to know. This is not a game to play with. It's not a little fun little game and a game of love where you can play mind games with a person, or just sit and not take responsibility for yourself in your own life, in your own journey. That's not the thing. You know, what are you going to accomplish? What are you here to do in your journey, in your life, if you feel like it's dependent upon something outside of yourself? Okay. Someone isn't fully on board with the connection in a way that they're hesitating with opening up. It's a desire to. It's a desire to, with the Page of Pentacles, to share something of value. But I feel like there's an energy of stubbornness in the control. So someone could have control issues in the connection where they want to control the way that things move, or they try to control their own emotions and their own heart in a way that is a false sense of control. It's not like managing your emotions where it's like, okay, I'm not going to allow my emotions to master me in a negative way, but it's more of like blocking off the heart chakra by not allowing that energy to flow with the Four of Pentacles. With the Chariot in reverse, it's kind of stopping the flow of the connection, the union, and what Spirit is doing, because Spirit is trying to take the lead in this, and it's like everyone has to be on board energetically and spiritually. The Six of Wands in reverse is that someone may be um, dissatisfied with, could be you or your person, like someone is like not getting the attention that they're desiring, um, whether it be from the other party or just others. With the Sun card here, someone could be projecting that all is well when it is really not. I feel like what the real deal is that someone wants to extend some type of offer with the Page of Pentacles, something of value. um, I heard collaboration, but they're not doing that. They're not stepping forth with that offer. And I feel like this person is projecting that everything is fine, that they're happy, they're cool, but they have the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords is in reverse. So this person is really worried. Um, you or your person is really worried about how this is all going to come together, or if they do take this action, if they do share what they've been holding back from, that something is not going to move forward. They're not going to have a victory as well. That they're going to end up looking childish or stupid, and then they're going to be stuck in their thoughts. Someone is afraid of this, whether it's you or your person. Yes, Spirit is saying yes. Ace of Swords and the Hierophant. So yeah, someone is like, this is a part of the connection with what is being divinely inspired or guided to do. This is a part of some type of assignment or learning or lesson that is needed. Someone has to come out of this fear that's holding them back from moving forward. Whether it's to choose the connection, it could be someone needing to choose the connection wholeheartedly rather than pussyfooting around, because it's like, I'm in but I'm not all the way in, type energy, like I'm in it but I'm not. Or someone is like, I know that I need to express myself, I need to let go, I need to open up, but I'm afraid to because I don't want to be rejected. And Spirit is saying that this is the truth. But I feel like someone's going to get the clarity about what this is. It's like, you ready or you not ready to really commit yourself? Are you ready to fully commit? And it's not just an earthly commitment where it's like, okay, well, if I do this and that means we got to be together now, and marriage and kids, I don't know if I'm ready. That could be part of it, but on a deeper level, it's like, am I really ready to commit to what this connection is really about on a spiritual level, on a purpose level? Am I really ready for that? And I'm going to lose a lot of people with this, because this isn't this is not that which y'all been hoodwinked to believe that these connections are. Like, everyone's been hoodwinked to believe that it's this connection where you're just yearning to be with someone so bad, and then you guys get together and everything's cool, everything's fine, that's it, that's the journey. No, boo. Spirit is building up what we call light workers, building up light workers to step in their positions and to really do their light work in this time. And love is the cause, love is the drive, love is the tool, love is the glory, love is the gift. That is the thing. But to know love is to know it within self and to know it from your creator. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to discern it outside of yourself with any human being, period. And as you are those lights, you are those sparks, you are those flames, you're going to enlighten others around you and spark others. It's like a candle going around lighting one candle wick with another light. Spark, 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 spark. That's what it's supposed to do. But the thing is to keep people in the dark, keep people in a cycle, in a circle. And some of these twin flame readings and stuff like that, or messages and stuff, like they're feeding to the masses. You notice that a lot of people are drawn to you got a lot of when you have too many eyes, too many audiences, it's like a pop culture thing. It's like a following. It's a cult thing. When you have it in a way where might be a few people here and there, because it's not going to be something it's not a worldly connection. And people might get upset with me saying this, but not a lot of people are divine counterparts. A lot of people, and that's cool. You don't have to be. It doesn't make you less than anybody. It's just your calling and your purpose is a little different. Your romantic relationship has a purpose to it, outside of just marriage, children, having sex and wine and chocolates and shit. It's just deeper than that. It's assignment. It's spiritual work and spiritual guidance and assistance and motivating and change on a deeper scale. And these type of connections go through a lot of trials and tribulations because it's to build up the character, but it's also outside sources that at the end of the day, this is an energy thing. It's a spiritual battle, spiritual energy first, as they say. We don't wrestle with the physical. We wrestle with spirituality, the spirits that we can't see. There's a battle that we can't see. So these connections are going to be attacked. The pop culture says be in a connection that is dysfunctional, be in a connection that is obsessive, that is abusive, that is this and it's that. They promote that. So certain types of readings are only feeding you half of the truth. They're not telling you everything. They don't go into the shadow aspect of what these connections entail because we've been taught that it's negative. Oh, you're negative. Oh, it's wrong. But when you're sharing a word, a message from spirit, there is going to be a message of casting out what doesn't serve and revealing solution, encouragement, and motivation. That's what a spiritual word is. Half truths is going to only tell you what you want to hear. It's going to give you that, and that's it. And that's what I learned in church too. In the spiritual community, they're one and the same. Like people think, oh, I can condemn the church or I can condemn spirituality, but they all go hand in hand because there's a light and shadow attributes of all things in this universe. So with this new age stuff, they only teach you fragments of it. They keep out the shadow aspect of it. When you go to church, they talk prosperity. Oh, you can have $1 million if you just put in this collection plate, like pimping people, right? They only tell you the half. They don't really get into it. And some churches like, you're gonna go to hell if you don't do this. Like, it's like it's half truth. They don't go into everything. They tell you, oh, this person wants to fuck you, he misses you, he's obsessed with you, he can't get enough of you, he hates his karmic, the same fucking scenarios that we always hear. But they don't tell you about the work that's required, how to be a whole person within yourself, how to really manifest a union. Starts with manifesting union within your damn self. They don't tell you that. They don't go into that. They don't want to. I don't know if they don't want to. I can't speak for other people. But as long as I've been a reader and as long as I've been watching readings, it's the same story, the same pimp story. He misses you. Oh, he can't stand to live without you. He's in love with you. He's obsessed with you. Oh, he's stalking you. Oh, the feminine is waiting. Oh, the feminine's walking away. She can't take it no more. She's tired because she's a goddess. She's a bad bitch. The karmic is doing this. The karmic is doing that. They doing spells. They're doing all that kind of shit. And a lot of it, yes, there's truth to it, but it's half truth. They don't want to tell you the other stuff because they don't want to lose subscribers. I'm just keep it real. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'll say this. If you know that there's more to the story and you're not sharing it with your subscribers or your followers or Twitter, Instagram, whatever other platform you're on, then you're doing not only your people a disservice, but you're doing yourself a disservice because you know better. And if you don't know better, maybe this is to help you to get the courage to tap into the other side of it rather than just keeping it sugar-coated and sweet because you don't want to lose subscribers or you want to gain subscribers, you want to gain favor and glory for yourself out of the reading. This is not me trying to like talk shit about anybody or anything specific or in particular, but I'm calling it as spirit is showing it. Like, if you're gonna keep it real, keep it all the way real. Because a healing journey, it is beautiful. It has its ups and it has its downs. It has its moments where you feel inspired, where you feel happy within yourself, but it also has the moments where you might get triggered and you got to do things to heal. And if we don't talk about it, how are we ever going to learn? If you just tell everybody that this connection is all about, oh, this person is coming to you, this person feels this about you, and they want to do this and they want to do that, and you know it's going to happen in divine timing, and you guys are going to be together, and this connection is so special, and they just can't stop thinking about like the same fucking stories. And like I said, it could very well be true. I've resonated with some readings that spirit guided me to, but it's very rare that I come across a reader or reading that gets into the real of it. It's very, very rare. Those readers are slim in a big, it's like, it's a needle in a haystack. It's very rare. Very rare. And I'll let you in on this. Not a lot of them have a lot of subscribers or viewers. They might have 1,000 and such and such views, or they might have a decent, but they're not getting the 100,000K views and subscribers and all that. They're not those. So, and they might even throw a little juice in there every now and then and be like, oh, this person's a player, but with you, he loves you. He want to be with you. He's a player, but he want to be with you. Or, you know, this person's a dog, but they're going to come back. They'll throw a little flavor in there. You may make it a little, like, okay, it's not too light and fluffy, but it's just enough to make me go, okay, it might be a little real. But what else? What spirit, like, where you at in this? Like, tell me what I need to do so that I'm not falling in the trap of these types of connections. And I'll admit at times I feel like, because I'll get stuff like that too, but it's like you gotta show the truth. And I used to beat myself up because my messages were not what everybody else was saying in that one perspective of, oh, it's this and it's that. These connections are beautiful. They are amazing. But there's a side to them that is there so that we can get to that root of ourselves of who we are, so we can pull ourselves out of those energies, those spaces, and how to fight the dark, how to identify what it is, how to see the shadow within ourselves so that we can find our light, see the shadow within others so that we can discern. And it's so much more into it than just what we were told it was. And that's also with like church and religion and stuff, that when I got out of the church, I got to see another side of spirituality and to understand God in my own term, not from a place of God is going to condemn you and you're going to hell. Like, the truth of who God is. And it's the same with anything in life. So, if anything, I give credit to God for my gift. I give credit for this platform that Spirit has given me, however long Spirit wants to use me for it, and whoever Spirit wants me to reach. I'm grateful for that, because however it's supposed to work is it's meant to work that way. That's all I'm saying. And I also got to say too, I'm not a traditional reader. Like, I'm not going to like just come on here and just give you a card read and get off and just go. Like, sometimes Spirit uses me like this. Like, this isn't my only gift. This isn't my only calling and purpose, is just to read cards. So those of you that get it, y'all get it. You guys have your own minds. You have your own purpose. You have your own calling. The whole thing here with this is that I'm not trying to get followers. I want y'all to step into your own leadership. And I hope and pray that I'm doing that. Trust God that I'm doing that. So that you can be in a healthy relationship too. Like, it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. Because there's times where I want to go back into the world and date like the world dates, but Spirit won't allow me to do that. I can't just go back in and just boy meets girl. Oh, he fine. Oh, let me get your number. Let me go out with you. Like, Spirit won't even allow me to do that. it's like Spirit wants me to spend time with myself. And as I'm uncovering different things about myself and my journey, I see that I have a lot of healing to do. And if I say that I really truly want to be in a healthy connection, or that I'm being called to be in a connection with a person that I'm meant to do spiritual things with, however the influence Spirit wants me to however Spirit places me in different parts of the world, whether it be in the community, whether it be, publicly, whatever, however big, however small the influence, that I will be in a position to be able to stand firmly in a connection and be of service of that. Because I can't take the insecurities. I can't take the, oh, who is this bitch into the connection, and, oh, I'm not good enough into the connection. I can't take that energy there. You know what I mean? So I'm speaking to those of you that have purposes to inspire you, to motivate you, to get you to a place within yourself, to align yourself with that. If you already know what your calling is, to help you in any way the Spirit is guiding me to help you, because you are your own leader. If you're looking for love, or you're looking for a special connection, a special love, or you're in a connection like this, but you're navigating through it, what to heal, what to let go of, what to strengthen, how to identify this and how to identify that, whatever it is, that's what I want to do, in short. I guess that's my mission statement. I don't know. But yes, I feel like I'm going to pull more. It's going to be a long reading. If y'all watched, if y'all stood in there, good for you. I'm just saying. Probably not the popular vote, but it is what it is. I'll take it. It's cool. I'll take it. It's all right. So the Page of Pentacles, like I said, I feel like this is someone that wants to offer something of stability. Maybe to them small, due to their own perception, maybe own insecurities, or it's like, I'm going to do bare minimal because I don't want to give too much of myself. I have to be careful. I have to be cautious, not being completely sure whether or not they're ready to fully step on the path of this connection and what it really entails, really going in wholeheartedly, which could be leading someone to healing. But I feel like the fear is of looking stupid or looking childish or not feeling like there's much to offer or to give, whether that's you or your person feeling this. This is a fear that needs to be overcome, and I feel like it will be with the Nine of Swords in reverse. Spirit saying put these to the side. I'm going to pull the messenger cards and then we'll look at what those cards are. So let's see what the masculine and feminine are saying to one another. What are their messages? What do they want to say? It's feminine's message. Oh, okay. So you guys, let's see. Feminine energy has pray for me. I pray for you, for your well-being, to be together, etc. And then sex with you is not purely a physical act. My heart and soul explodes. So feminine energy may be having some sexual experiences. It does not have to be physical sex. It could be like spiritual sexual experiences, whether through dream space or just feeling very intense sexual energies coming from the masculine, but it's being felt in the heart chakra as well. So to me, that's like activation, Kundalini activation. Pray for me. I feel like feminine energy maybe going through something right now. Like feminine, you could be going through something and kind of seeking some type of, well wishes or healing energy. And I also feel like you're letting your masculine know that you do pray about them. You do pray for them. You do pray about this connection, whether it be for protection, whether it be for their guidance or strength, whatever it is. Masculine, what do you want to say to feminine energies? What do you want to say? Yeah. So the masculine is the one that is And I feel like sometimes feminine energy, you can also switch and be masculine because we have both energies within. So there could be times where you feel like you operate in your masculine and the masculine may operate in their feminine at times, but take what resonates. But for masculine energies, it says it's all a big ass front, masks, games, facade, and illusions. Then you have keep it real, tell me how you feel, and I love you. So masculine is not being completely forthcoming with what's going on with them. They may be projecting things because we've seen it. We had the false self mask card, which was the ego card. Then you also had the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands in reverse, which was this energy of projecting or this fear of um, putting on a facade, therefore, so you can't see the ego. You can't see what they're really going through, what they're really feeling, but behind the scenes, it's a fear of rejection or it's a fear of sharing the self due to rejection. A lot of different energies. I feel like they want to keep it real with you and tell you how they really feel, but I also feel like they masculine wants feminine energy to also keep it real and tell them how they feel with them. And they love you. If you're a masculine energy, you know, this is you, you know. But yes, masculine wants to say that they love you. Okay. I'm afraid of this connection is at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, I feel like the energies I was picking up on was the masculine. So I actually feel guided to pull some tarot again because I feel like that spread that I pulled with the tarot, the Rider Waite, was for the masculine. But let's see where the feminine is, where they're at with this. The World. So yeah, heavy cycles coming to an end. I feel like there's going to be some type of victory due to maybe a challenging, something needed to come to a close or come to an end in the feminine's life. So there's something with equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles. You have the Four of Swords, the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Hierophant again. So there's some matching cards. So some of you guys are mirroring each other. Masculine, feminines are mirroring each other. And some type of lesson that needs to be learned, honoring this connection by honoring yourself, honoring what it is that is being presented to you. So there could have been some type of tower moment in the feminine's life, or an epiphany, a major sign, major confirmation from spirit or something like that, in regards to connection or in regards to some type of lesson that was, overcame or going to, basically it's already won, but you're overcoming it. The Six of Pentacles here, I feel like there's some element of just due with the Six of Pentacles, something being given to you. And with a lot of you, it could be that Page of Pentacles energy that was in the masculine spread, that offer or that thing is going to bring some sort of balance and some type of just due in the situation. With the Four of Swords, someone is recovering, still healing from something painful in the past. I feel like feminine still healing. You may be spending a lot of time meditating or, in prayer or just inner reflecting right now. Seven of Wands. So there's a little bit of hesitance and resentment towards the masculine. And I didn't mean to say resentment. I actually meant to say rejection. So some of you guys may have resentment towards the masculine because maybe they rejected you or they seemingly rejected you in the past. Some of you guys may be getting messages from spirit about what's going on with the masculine as far as like where they're at, where their head is at, or that they're resting or they're meditating or they're recovering from something that they're healing from. You could be getting the insight about that. Nine of Swords, you are also overcoming and facing some of your biggest fears at this time. I feel like you both had a tower moment, and it's because of some type of lesson that you both need to learn, or through honoring this connection, this is going to help you through this, if that makes sense. Intuition, emotional loss, and transformation. So some of you guys are highly intuitive about what's going on with each other, which you should, because divine counterparts, they're like twins, like literal twins, where twin siblings, they usually can pick up on each other's energy. They have like a strong connection to each other. You guys may be able to sense what's going on with one another. It's like a vision. It's like a portal that opens up. Some of you guys might call this like astral visiting, or remote viewing each other in a way where you can see what's going on with them, or you can visualize, or you can sense and feel what they're going through. I feel like both of you guys have the ability to do that. One of you, it may be a little more stronger, or it's just tapping into that feminine aspect of self that allows you guys to feel. Could be that the masculine energy is feeling emotional loss right now, but I feel like it's because there's a lot of changes that are happening. False self is coming down more and more. Parts of the self, parts of the self, I feel like is coming down, being removed, being just being done away with. The transformation card in this deck is the death card. So there's a major transformation when it comes to self and image, and how you really see yourself, and how you view yourself within the world, outside of the world's influence and what people say about you and think about you. It's a major shift. I feel like both of you guys are going through this. Maybe the feminine is also stripping their identity of self, whether that be self-worth issues, whether that be, titles and labels of what they feel like they should be, who they become. Actually seeing another layer of self, or seeing self fully for the first time. For some of you, take what resonates. You guys do share, similar energy naturally, but I feel like you guys are more and more coming on board mentally as you like remove and eradicate whatever the assignments or whatever spirit is showing you at this time that you need to release, or that you need to heal, or that you're working through. Take time with you. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your person. Be compassionate with where you're at, because everybody is going through their own process. And I do feel, I kind of felt it. This card, to me, when this card comes out, it's like this is a person that, there's more references to masks. So you had like 3 cards talking about the mask, because you have this card. It's like this big face, like this big stone face, stone full, stone mask. And this person here wearing a mask. Reminds me of tuxedo mask, and kind of looks like Phantom of the Opera. So maybe that resonates with somebody. Phantom of the Opera, tuxedo mask, and Sailor Moon. That's my boo, you know. So I feel like it could be someone is like revealing themselves. Like there could be like masculine or feminine, but I'm picking up a masculine energy, but both of you guys are doing it. I feel like this is more of a person that's becoming aware of who they truly are. But I feel like it's kind of like tuxedo mask energy. I'm not too familiar with the Phantom of the Opera references. I think I had to study it in literature class in high school back in the day, but I don't really remember the story. So, but that might resonate. If that stands out to you, you know. But what I'm getting with the Sailor Moon reference is like tuxedo mask. Like he was also a part of the bigger order and plan as well. He had his own purpose and things for the greater good of that planet, of, the world, just like the Pretty Guardians. But he was like a mystery. They didn't know who he was in the physical. They knew of him in the spirit realm, but they didn't know who he was as a regular person. So once he reveals who he is, it's like, oh, that was you the whole time. So it's like there's something deeper that's going to be revealed about a person. It's like a true identity. This person's true essence and true identity is going to be completely realized and revealed. Because I felt like this is what this person is wanting to show or share, but they're not sure. It's a fear of that. And another reference to the tuxedo mask is the rose. Red roses are very passionate. They're very romantic. So someone may want to share their feelings and emotions, or their passions, or their part of intimacy and romance is sharing part of themselves that others don't get to see. but trusting you enough to reveal that to you. If you are feminine, your back is turned. So this isn't something that maybe you're going to see coming or you're aware, but she's kind of looking back. So it could be something that you sense. But even when you sense it, it's not going to happen when you might think. It's going to happen unexpectedly, but you still sense something. Maybe you're not able to fully grasp the outcome of it. Embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. So yeah, maybe you both are working on accepting your feelings and your emotions, even the challenging ones. You're being guided to do that because it's not easy sometimes to fully embrace what you feel. But there's this childlike energy that's coming from this. If you look at the card, it's a little girl riding a unicorn, which is mystical. It's supernatural. It's that fantasy. Remember how I was saying, like, this connection is like amazing and wonderful and beautiful and spiritual on deeper levels, and it just kind of catches you off guard. Like, you see these miraculous things happening, these signs and synchronicities or these experiences that you can't explain, to people that might not get it. But with the inner child, it's like the inner child believes in the impossible dreams. It believes in those fantasy like things. It's tapped in our innocence. When we're in the energy of our innocence, we're the closest to our divinity. You know how they say babies are the closest to God, or they're more connected to the spirit realm. Like, if you see babies when they sleep, they smile, or their eyes like circulate around, and they're sleeping but their eyes are like shifting around and they're smiling. It's like they're in another realm. They're most connected to that essence, that energy. Or it's like a child that has a big imagination when they're playing with their toys. It's like they're in another realm, another world, and they really believe that energy. Who's to say that what they're acting out here with their toys isn't something really going on in the spirit, or they're not communicating with you what's going on in the spirit realm, or who they are on a higher level? Who's to say? You know what I mean? We all had imaginary friends when we were little. Some of us did, some of us didn't. But we were connected to spirit on such a deep level because we were in our innocence at that time. We were closest to our divinity in our essence, that full energy. So I feel like this is embracing your emotions and allow them to be accepted and embrace them. It's not telling you to be loony and to just go off the rocker of things. But to be tapped into the spirit realm, you are going to kind of have to let go of what you think is normal. And I say that very carefully because with spirituality and with these connections, people get in delusions very easily. But being fearful of being delusional could be the thing that keeps you from tapping into the spirit realm. And I'm learning this about myself too, that spirit will reveal to you things that will blow your mind. And for me, being the practical person that I am at times, I did some healing work with one of my sisters, and she was able to see the same things that I was seeing at the same time. And that's how I know that the spirit realm it's much more than what we think, and it's very much real. And spirit and God, whatever you want to call it, it's very much real. Um, but sometimes we can get caught up in delusions because we want to believe and we want to see things, but you got to be in the mind of spirit and of God, which is sound, which is clear. It's matter of fact. It's not the ego. It's not pushing. It's not pressuring. It's not forcing something. It's not trying to convince. It just is. There is no convincing because there's evidence, there's proof of it. Even if it seems crazy to the average person, it is something that is going to show proof some way or another. Okay? So, yeah. Yep. Somebody, physical touch. Like, yeah, someone wants to communicate, someone wants to come forward, someone wants to extend or express their emotions. And it very well could be that the feminine wants to do that, but you got to be open to how this happens. So when I say this, I don't want you to get fixated on this person is going to reach out to you, they're going to text you, they're going to call you, they're going to do this. They may express their emotions some other type of way, but you got to be open to how that happens. That's the thing about love and relationships as well. We get fixated on expectations of what we think love should be, or a person can only love us this way or that way, or a person can only share their emotions and show their feelings in this way or that way. Person can tell you they love you verbally all day, and they may not even mean it, but a person can tell you they love you through their actions, through them cooking you your favorite meal, through taking care of you when you're sick. When they don't want to do something, they're tired and they may not want to do it, but that part of them that loves you is like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to sacrifice my selfish needs, and I'm going to be there for this person because they need me. There's different ways to express your love to people or show yourself rather than what we expect. The ego has to, it's like, you got to prove to me, you got to do this, you got to do that. That's not even how God works either. God is not, you got to do this, you got to do that. In a way, yes, we do have accountability, we do have responsibility, but spirit will never force our hand at it, if that makes sense. It's an unconditional loving energy. It's like, I love you unconditionally. There are no conditions. There are no conditions in love. So this person wanting to physically touch you, that is a desire, you to physically touch, especially if you guys are separate, or to just be close to one another, just to be in each other's presence, is a desire for them. Doesn't always gotta be sex either. But I feel like this is a gesture of respect and love and admiration. There is a little hesitance coming from this woman. And I feel like some of you guys may still be dealing with fears of intimacy. Some of you guys holding on. Like I said, I picked up the word resentment when I meant to say rejection, but I picked up yeah, it could be pent up resentment. It could be pent up resentment towards your person if you are the feminine because of something that happened in the past. Um, Make sure that you're open to receive and that you're not holding on to anything, or that fear of love is not holding you back from fully realizing a love from a person, because someone can show you their love, like I said, differently than what you think or what you're used to. And if you're not open to receive it, you can miss it. And that's something that I've learned as well and currently learning to discern. So this card is also number 47, which is 11. And ironically, this card is number 38, which is 11 as well. So that might resonate with you. And this card is number 18, which is number 9, completion, humanitarian energy. So it's like, allow yourself to dream your big dreams of, what it is that you feel called to do. What is it that you want to give back? What is it that you want to experience in life from that inner child perspective without those limitations? Okay. So much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys sat through this, I appreciate you. Much love as always. Until next time. Peace.